Yo, what's up, guys? This is Steve Brown with Trackheads, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Trackheads. So, I just got finished watching this kid, 16-year-old kid. When I say kid, like teenage kid, Quincy Wilson go 44.20 in the 400-meter dash over at the University of Florida on their track, which is insane. 44.2 is insane. But like I said before in previous videos, it's not necessarily like, it's insane, but it's not insane when you think about it. Because if you just get a snapshot of everything he's been doing this year, he's unlike any 400-meter runner. He's a true, like, strength-based 400-meter runner. And in my opinion, in my history of running track, those are the most dangerous. A strength-based 400-meter runner. Why? Because with strength-based 400-meter runners, you can reload them by giving them more aerobic base throughout the year. And this is what I mean. This kid went 44 seconds in the prelim, semifinal, and final of the Olympic trials. Many people expected, like, oh man, he's going to burn out. He's been running since indoor season. He's been running so much, 45, 44. It's tough on his small body. He barely hitting puberty. This guy is, oh my gosh, all this stuff. When you're able to train to a certain extent of your season, and maybe it's kudos to his coach. I don't know, because his coach is training him. He's the Bullets coach. It could be kudos to him. But as soon as I saw him after his, he was at Penn Relays, or it was some meet that he ran in April. It could have been after he qualified for the Olympic trials, and I saw him run the 800, and he ran 150. I said, nah, he's different. He's different. He's not the typical, like, I'm a 400-meter runner and I run 20.5 and 20.4. Like, no, he's a strength-based 400-meter runner who happens to be fast. And if you have someone who's fast, who has the efficiency to run an 800 at 150, like, his limitation isn't necessarily physical in terms of strength, in terms of, like, power, in terms of all that stuff. He feeds off of his physiology. Like, his physiology is what makes him a great 400-meter runner. His ability to go out in 21.7 and come back in, like, 22 high to run 44, that's what makes him a really, like, great 400-meter runner. And the fact that he was able to, like, to run that 44.2 so deep into the season in a time period in which people said, like, nah, he's not going to be able to finish, is insane to me. And he beat a lot of quality guys. Like, there were a lot of guys that were running 44 seconds in that race. You had Bryce Deadman. Bryce Deadman is a notoriously strong sprinter, right? Like 6'1", 6'2", big, strong. And this is no knock to him. You know, he's a tremendous talent. That doesn't take any way away. He put up a hell of a fight, 44.21. Basically got outleaned by little man. But again, you're talking about strength, right? It looks like what's that guy's name? That was from the University of Georgia. Matthew Bowling. He had a pretty good run as well. It looks like he's actually putting together a better race. He went 44.7, which was a good run. There was some quality 44s, runs in there, and both of these guys are for sure going to be on the 4x4 or mixed relay. But the question that I would like to think about is that these were guys that could possibly be on the 4x4 final. At least Bryce Deadman, he's a 4x4 final kind of a caliber athlete. But now you have someone like Quincy Wilson who just outleaned him. I mean, experience trumps all, but at the same time, you got two guys that's 44.2, right? That kid, he definitely has the maturity level. He definitely has the ability to, I think, be on some kind of relay and walk away with a gold medal. Why not? On a fly, especially with the strength that he has, and he's shown that he can continue his season, and the coach seems like he knows what he's doing. He has a support system to have his body flushed out, and, all these things. He's damn near sponsored by New Balance. It's like, yo, he's basically a more psychologically prepared Sidney McLaughlin from 2016. So I'm very curious to see how he continues to thrive, how he continues to improve, because at this rate, I mean, it looks like he was peaking for the Olympics, and 44.2 is amazing. He broke the under 18. No, actually, did he? He broke the under 18, I think, American record. I'm not particularly sure. I think someone went 43 and some change. But like I said, definitely a quality race. Looks like he's putting together his races a lot better. It looks like he's finishing stronger, which is definitely a good look, and he's probably being a little bit more aggressive on the back straight. And like I said, he seems like a typical long to short kind of athlete where he's just so strong. And when you're strong and you have the strength of coming into the 400, your seasons, as long as you have like speed underneath you, you can have a really, really long season because you don't necessarily, like, your physiology supports you. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, like, you want to be strong. Like, if you look at Jeremy Warner, for example, right? This is classic interview between him and Clyde Hart, and a lot of interviews that he's in where he ran in the Athens games and won it in a 44 flat. He did indoor season. He did the NCAA outdoor season. He won the Olympic trials. And then he was still able to win the Olympic Games. And basically his season spanned from like January all the way to August, September, right? That's 8 to 9 months of running. And the reason why he was able to do that, because Baylor's program is all about strength. Of course, speed, but strength is what it enables you to run 2, 3, 4 rounds. So very, very important thing that I just noticed. And as we see, he's continuing to progress. So definitely a good look. And, we're going to see how he continues to go and how he continues to run this 4x4. If they're going to pick him, at least put him on the mixed relay. But I think he's someone who could definitely handle the final as long as it doesn't get physical. That's my only thing. If it gets physical and people start pushing and people start being a little aggressive and people start boxing in and doing all these things, or he falls, no bueno, right? That's the big difference between maybe him having Bryce Detman and having a Quincy Wilson if it gets physical. But I'm pretty sure if it gets physical, people are going to get disqualified. But all the same, that's probably the only thing that is against him. My man is like short. He's like probably like 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", or something like that. Probably like 135. But we're going to see what happens, guys. We're going to see what happens. I'm really looking forward to see how this young man does. And thank you guys for watching. Just my 2 cents about what I see going on. All right, this is D Brown with Trackheads. Peace.